Real niggas on rank saying fuck what they believe and won't compromise a day. Never harmonize the traits. Do not affiliate with impersonators. You cross the line, you gon' catch the bait. My niggas strong, no chase. You other niggas sweet like dilate. Sweet tape full of brown sugar like annihilate. Every time I move, righteous demonstration. All I deny is fake. My brother's glorious, you warriors. The label sworn down and them sticking can't stop till we them glorious. Thrown in my way. We're the supreme audience. Proud ass nigga get exiled. No loitering around my brothers.
Yeah, you already know what it is. 144 back in GEN.YAHANNA style. Put it down for my brothers. And I roll straight south. Same niggas with them shields. Like TITHES. And my brothers. We gon' roll it on the kill. Stay. We gon' roll this bitch at all costs. Nigga, we gon' take these from them brothers. Let's ride this guy. Let's ride this guy. We gon' eat, drink, and read. And all
my brain like the ladder house. You can't bleed with my men, nigga. I can tell you fake from the treacherous mouth. Came to God is all love, we don't believe that. Give a damn about the 2 cents, fucking feedback. I give it all for my brothers, they deserve it. No excuses for my niggas, they striving to be perfect. Sacrifice whatever come, they never own. You BK, we click tight like I.S.U.P.K joke. It goes to the end, that's what a wise man told me. Nigga from the top shelf, but I split it with the low. 144, nigga, everybody know. All they ever wanted was revenge, fuck the road. Say you down for the cause, gotta show it. Stay tall and do not blush. Remain calm when the danger pop up. From deep like David Jones locker. My balls are central locker. No competition, only glory in the distance for my brothers.
Clap it up. All right. Shalom, Israel. We the I.S.U.P.K. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York. The Qadash, the Wap. Slide this chair over here real quick. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Hall, New York. Since 1969, we've been proving and teaching that blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics were the real biblical Jews according to the Bible. Let me check the camera. I don't think it's on me at all. You know what I mean? Yeah, you got to spin the camera. Spin the camera out.
To the left more?
Yeah, come. Raise it up. Oh, show. But anyway, like I was saying, right? So, as y'all know, it's the Lashawan Qadash class, the Hebrew class. All right, you gotta spin it a lot more, Warrior. You gotta turn it this way. Yeah, angle it straight over it. The water. Oh, man. What's going on, Israel? As y'all know, this is the Lashawan Qadash class, where we teach the biblical Hebrew. Lashawan is a word that means tongue. Qadash is a word that means holy. The name of our language is Ibariath in Hebrew, but it's also the Lashawan Qadash, which means holy tongue, right? Because the language or the tongue of blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics is Hebrew, Ibariath. And that tongue or that language is a holy language, all right? That's what the Lord said. We're going to be going, now I did this before, I started on it, and I never got a chance to finish it. So we just going to do the whole entire series this time, man. This is the Biblical Hebrew Work and Textbook. You can get this off the I.S.U.P.K website, www.isupk.com. You click on the Study Tools tab. We have a list of books. I got one, the water. We have a list of books and study information that you can use, all right? And this book just happened to be one of them. This is the Biblical Hebrew, a text and workbook, all right? So, we got the PDF up here, right? So what I'm gonna be doing is, I'm gonna share it with you on the screen. Let me get that ready. We're gonna go from start to finish, this whole series, all right? I'm gonna put it out so that we can have it. Now, we did this quite a few times. We started it, we we didn't go through the whole entire textbook. This time we're gonna go through the whole entire textbook, man. All right, from start to finish. So this is the introduction. I'm redoing the introduction. Okay, so I'm gonna just share this to the screen in 1 second. Now, the form that I'm about to share to you is the PDF form. Even though we have the book right here, I decided to use the PDF form so everybody can see it online. All right. With that being said, let me switch the camera. Boom. It's the Biblical Hebrew Working Textbook. All right. Now, 3 devils authored this book. Three female devils. If you don't know, the devil is the oppressor. The oppressor is the devil the Bible speaks of. The oppressor is the so-called white man, all right, an Edomite, which we'll call an Edomite. He comes from Esau, all right. Now, and today he would be called a so-called white man. So his counterpart, the she-devil, the female oppressor. 3 female oppressors wrote this book or authored this book. Bonnie Pendrati Kittel, Vicky Hoffer, and Rebecca Abswright. Those are 3 devils that authored this book. All right. Hold on, Salaki. Let me move it over here. So now, also too, I can't skip over this. This is Yale University as well. This book is taught in Yale University as a how you would say an English 101. This is a Hebrew 101 course, all right, in Yale University. I'll skip down to the page that I want to go to. What page is it? Let me find it for you real quick and switch the camera back to me, right? Then I'm going to give y'all at the end of class, I'm going to give y'all a few words. As a matter of fact, I might as well just give you the words now. What page is this? This is page, what they call this, 9 in the Roman numerals, 8 and 9. So let's go down, boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna go down here to the table of contents. I believe this is before the table of contents, right? So I might have skipped it. I'm not sure if the PDF form is exactly as the textbook form. Yes, it is. All right, so I also have it up on the board right here. Okay. But I'm going to share this to the screen with y'all as well. But I want to give y'all a few words, right? Can we turn the camera to the board? Turn the camera to the board. Ibad Hayah, if you can erase the board for me. Let me just check and make sure we all on the same page. Okay, cool. Keep going, keep going. You can loosen it up so it'll be a little bit easier to turn too.
Just to what?
Keep going towards Ibad. Keep going. Perfect. That's too wild. Oh damn! It switched back. Can you keep turning? It's turning a lot more towards Ibad Hayah. For some reason it didn't stay when you did it before. All right, that's too wild.
It's high enough?
Yeah, but it's sideways. You gotta just press the camera down a little bit. Yeah, press it down a little bit more. All right, perfect. Now the only thing is, let me see. I'm gonna do it for you because I think I know how it has to be. Boom, boom. Just because I can see the screen. Isupk can't actually see the screen. That's why he asked me, is it too wide? But I'm trying to guide him. I think that was just a little bit easier. All right. So now, Ibad, can you put up the first word?
Oh, God.
I want y'all to understand this. The first word that we're going to do is noun. And we all been to school before. We have all been to school before. Go ahead. Oh, damn, the water, Ibad. Listen, what Ibad is about to do, which I'm going to do as well, is a tradition in the school that we recite our alphabet. Everybody that participates in the Hebrew class recites their alphabet, right? So I'll start. Abba, Gada, Hawa, Zacha, Tayaka, Lama, Nasa, I, Pa, Tazakwa, Rasha, 22 characters in the alphabet. We don't say letters, we say characters because our alphabet is pictorial. It comes from pictures of things, right? Different pictures of different things like like the fishing hook and the wave and the house and the door, different things like that. Door to a tent and the tent. And the cavalcade. Alright, so, and a weapon, Zion, a weapon, right? So, with that being said, I said my alphabet.
Sign.
Sign. Oh, a sign. The sign comes from a sign or a flag post. Ibada, he's going to say his alphabet. Will come up and recite his alphabet. And then we're going to get back into it. Let's keep going. Shalom, brother.
All right, brother. How y'all doing?
We good, man. Good to see you, Art. Good to see you.
Sir.
Gotta remove the covering on your head. Most High in Christ. You got it, Ibad.
Abagada Hawazaka Tayaka Lama Nasai Hatazaka Rashata.
Most High in Christ. Give Ibad a hand. All right. Ibad, the first word I'm gonna have you put up on the board is I'm gonna have you do two words. The first one is noun, and the second one is verb.
Might gotta grab another marker, sir. This
You might gotta grab another one.
was left over, sir.
All right. No sweat. And none of the other markers work.
The red,
Maybe the red one works.
the black one seems too wild.
Yeah, that seemed pretty good. Let's try it. We only got 5 words to do. You know what I mean? So the first word I want you to put up there is noun. I also want to move this camera forward, so I want to move it forward. Isupk, if you could come move this camera forward. We can sit it on, move it forward. If we can, let's try to stabilize it on the, maybe the chair or had that last leg right at the corner of the table. I want to move it, but I want to move the camera up forward. Here you go, Ibad. Give you the book. First word you're going to do is noun. You're going to put what it is. All right. Let's see if we can get it like all the way. You know what I mean? Like all the way up here.
What you mean?
Like move the camera all the way forward.
Like this way?
Yeah, like that way. Towards the board. Lock it for the confusion. You turn the camera to me. I'm trying to keep the camera. I want you to move the camera up. I want you to slide it forward, brother. The whole thing. There you go. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now let's see if we can, sort of stabilize it on something. Here we go.
All right, sure.
All right, perfect. And let's lift it up. I'm gonna show you the camera so you can
Adjust it.
yeah, so you can adjust it.
Looks like it's let's go all the way. Slow.
There we go. Perfect.
Leave it like that.
Yeah, that's good. That's too wild. All right, so a noun is a person, place, or a thing, right? Give me the other one, verb. Now, like I said, you know, we all ain't been in school maybe a ton of years, brother, a ton of them. And these are the things that we may have forgotten, which maybe not forgot, but just haven't been in use in our everyday vocabulary for so damn long. That it's just good to go over it. All right. So I'm gonna give you a few words: noun and verb. Also adverb, adjective, things like that, right? Things that we would not give a damn about. Besides for this class, right? A noun is a person, place, or a thing. Can you put an underline under the word noun? A verb is an action. You put action, verb. I might have wrote that on there, but it means action word. Like I might have put that in my own notes, action verb. You never know how we write things down. But it's an action word. All right? So we're going to learn something, man. It's like this is an official class, a language class. We're just learning our language, all right? That being said, you can do the next word. What's the next word?
Subject, sir.
Subject. Now, the reason why we putting these words up here on the board is because these three devils who authored this Hebrew book, they use these terms, of course, because it's a language class. So you got to use noun, subject, adjective, verb, pronoun, all that garbage, right? So we're putting these up on the board. And if you can't see it too clearly, let me know. I'm gonna try to pull up the restream chat. Let me see, pull up the restream chat. Might gotta go to restream.com and just pull up the chat. Should be somewhere in here. Just so I can see everybody's questions, all right? All right, so now, like I said, we going through this series, man. We're going to go through the whole thing. I know before we went through quite a little bit of it, but didn't do the whole thing. We're going to go into the whole entire thing this time around. You can put up the next word, right? So subjects. A subject is a person or a thing being talked about or being dealt with. We already know that, right? That's easy to understand.
I think it's marked slightly, sir.
The marker went out. Let's try the red. See what the red does. Not unless you know what the black markers are. All right. I'm going to let Ibad go grab the black marker. I'm going to come over there and talk for a little bit till the brother gets back. Okay. So let me switch it over here so I can see. So we can see. Boom. All right. There we go. So now, a noun, of course, is a person, place, or a thing. We learned that a million years ago, right? So a house could be a noun. A house is a noun. I'm a damn noun. You a noun. In language, you know, the cat, the chair, the sword, the board. They're all nouns. A place, the school is a noun, right? A verb is an action word. There we go. Verb is an action word. Teaching, that's an action word. That's a verb. Talking is a verb. We understand all this. We've been in second grade before, all right? Subject. Subject is a person or a thing talked about or dealt with. That's being talked about or being dealt with. The subject of today's class, or the topic, I would say, is Hebrew. That's the thing being talked about. Donald Trump was the subject forever since he got into office. Joe Biden, he's the snake in the grass. He's going to be the subject after he show his card like he's been doing with that abortion, right? So the subject is the thing being dealt with or the thing being talked about. Ibad, if you're ready, you can come back up and you can go ahead and get at it. Can you just, once you're done writing that, can you go over and just make it a little darker? It's kind of light on the screen. So now, I'm not talking about the actual noun. I'm talking about like right now, all right? So now, what we're going to be doing is going over the introduction to the book. And also, I want y'all to know this, which is why this class is the introduction to the Biblical Hebrew Working Textbook. It's the introduction because we are not going to be following word for word. Okay, I'll give it to you like this. We are going to be following word for word. We're just not doing the Yiddish. Remember, this is a Yale University Hebrew book. They're not teaching ancient Hebrew. They're teaching modern Hebrew. They're not teaching our language. They're teaching Yiddish. But like a damn fool, you can't steal somebody's car without being inside the car, you dumb. You dumb. You're in my car. I know it's mine. So, with that being said, since they are in our car that they have stolen, it's still our car. With that being said, what I'm trying to say is, when they teach Yiddish, they have to actually teach you Hebrew. You can't steal my car without driving away. You can't drive away without knowing how to drive. To steal my car, you have to know how to drive my car. You got to know where my turn signal is, today's time, they got push start cars. Where you just push the start. You don't even need a damn key. Doors lift up. You got to make sure I might got doors that lift up. Or I might got suicide doors like back in the day. You got to know how to get in my car. And then if you teach somebody else how to drive the car that you stole, you're going to have to teach them this car got suicide doors. They got the white walls on the wheels. You know what I mean? Got them old school butter seats. You know what I mean? So you're going to have to tell them about the car and how to drive the car. And in doing that, they have to teach real Hebrew in order to teach the fake Yiddish or the modern day Hebrew as the devil calls it. So we're not dealing with the Yiddish. We just dealing with our language. It's a shame they're letting us borrow our own car back. But they're saying instead of it being a Cadillac, it's a Pontiac. Is it this a Pontiac? This ain't no Cadillac, it's a Pontiac. This is how you drive the Pontiac. But we know it's a Caddy because it's our car. Took it to the chop shop, all that, you know what I mean? But we know it's ours. We know that you just came out of nowhere with this brand new Pontiac. And I lost my car that I watched you drive away in. And now all of a sudden it's not my car anymore. It's a Pontiac. You didn't steal my car. This was always yours. We understand, but we got cameras nowadays, don't we? So now with that being said, we seen Esau steal our language. We seen them try to repaint it or take it to the chop shop and call it Yiddish and call it modern day Hebrew. But at the same time, we watched them do it. We know it's our language. We're just not going to deal with his idiotic little lie. We're going to deal with the facts. And the facts is this is how we speak our language. All right. And I thank the Lord that these idiotic, stupid 3 she-devils made this book. All right. And I thank the Lord that the artifacts that he put down in the earth to prove that blacks and Hispanics and First Nations are the biblical Jews according to the Bible, the biblical Israelites.
Right.
And now we get to use our language and teach it and learn it. And it's ours, man. All the hard work that the brothers put in back in the day, from Abba Bivens and the brothers that followed Abba Bivens, which happened to include Chief Head Priest Masha, Chief Head Priest Ariah, Chief Head Priest Jaquab, which came out of Abba Bivens School, which started the I.S.U.P.K. after Abba Bivens was killed on the street teaching that we're Hebrews during the wake of Islam, or the Nation of Islam for black people. And they shot Abba Bivens, man, for teaching everybody that they are not some stupid Muslim, but you're a Hebrew Israelite. We've been teaching that since the 60s, man. And the hell with them damn Muslims. I don't give a damn about Islam at all. And Muhammad was a pedophile, man. And we've been warring with that silly religion forever. Trying to teach our people that you are not a damn Arab. So leave that fake garbage alone and go with your culture. You're an Israelite. And we're going to die doing it if we got to. Go ahead, Astawak.
If I could, they be doing all that, but then Malcolm X and Farrakhan run around talking about we the Israelites.
Now, ain't that something? All that Islam, Muslim garbage you found out. And in your book, it say Allah chose Israel. And then your black leaders say we're Israelites. I guess like how Sarnetta is a Kemetic Hebrew, I guess they're Islamic Israelites. You're an Islamic Israelite, huh? I feel you. At least you're trying to get close. I would accept that from a Muslim. I would say, all right. I would accept it to say that at least you're trying. I wouldn't accept that as the final, you know what I mean, as the final say. I would still be like, you're still far off. But at least you took one step. Now take the rest of them. All right? Go ahead, Ibad.
Is the first 2 12?
No, you can't see none of that. Yeah, so if you can just do that whole thing. So now, glad Ibad said something. Let's get back into the topic, right? So we're just not going to be dealing with the Yiddish, but we are going to be dealing with the ancient Hebrew. So we did subject. The subject is a person or a thing being talked about or dealt with. adverb, which I bought is blocking them away from the finish. An adverb is a word that, keep going up. It's a word that describes a verb. So an adverb describes the verb. It describes the action. He was talking loud. Loud would be the adverb, right? It describes a verb, an adjective, another
Adjective.
Adjective, you gotta raise your hand, warrior.
I'm sorry.
Adjective, the water, I appreciate it. Another adverb or a sentence. So an adverb can describe another adverb. Give me something. I said he was talking loud. How can I say it? Maybe he was talking very loud, right? So another adverb described that adverb. It was very loud, meaning he wasn't just talking loud, but he was talking extremely loud. There you go. That's another one, right? And also can describe say it again, adjective?
Yes.
Adjective, right? See, I ain't been to school in a minute, so what? Adjective. I was about to say adjective, all right? Adjective. And we said another adverb, or it can describe a sentence, all right? Adverb can also describe a sentence. It says that it's often used to show time, manner, place, or degree, all right? To show the time, to show the place, or the degree. Extremely loud would be the degree in which I was talking. He was, how can I say? I want to give you one that describes the time. We are, I want to say we are in the last days. That I could use that. It's describing the days, but the specific time, the last days. The last days. We ain't just in, how can I say? How can I use? I would say, the time we're in now, we are in the last days. That's the time we're in now. So that would be the that would be describing, that would be the adjective, the adverb describing the time. The time we're in now is the time that I'm talking about, but it's specifically the last days. That's describing the time we're in now. The last days would be the adverb. We're in the last days. The time we're in now is the last days, or the last days are the time we're in, is the time we're in now. That would be better to say. The last days is the time we're in now, right? Waiting for Christ to return. Let me see. I'm gonna use something to give you a manner, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So that's an adverb. Y'all can take time to write it down. Hopefully y'all can see it clearly. It looks pretty clear on here from what I can see. All right. So now, like I was saying before, we got any more words over there I bought that we need to bring out?
We have more on the adverb, sir. We have phrase.
All right, phrase and adverb. So we're going to give everybody a second to get that written down. While y'all writing that down, give me Zephaniah 3 and 9. Give me Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. Young man, I forget your name.
Tommy.
Young man Tony. Can you give me Tommy? If I can call you young man T, is that cool? Young man T. All right, can you give me Zephaniah 3 and 9 in the Bible? All right. If you need a Bible, I got one for you. All right, Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. Out of the King James Bible, KJV. Let me get with you. Give everybody, I will pull it up on the screen, but I want y'all to write that down on the board. So therefore, that would just, defeat the whole purpose. Let me know when you got Zephaniah chapter.
I'm not familiar with it.
All right, go ahead, Ibot.
I want to read it, but I just have to find.
Okay, it's right towards the end of the Old Testament,
Okay.
right near Malachi. Go ahead, Ibot.
Do you want it in the Hebrew first?
Nah, not this time. We just gonna read it out because we got so much to cover in the book. I have it right here, young man. I'll give it to you.
I got it.
You got it? No sweat. So Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 9. And then once we done that, we're going to go on to the next. Everybody should pretty much be getting that down. Also, if you have any questions concerning the Hebrew, type in your question as well. And we'll deal with your question. All right.
Zephaniah or Zechariah?
Zephaniah. Here you go, I got it right here.
Okay.
He's got the big letters in it.
Thank you.
Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter, the 9th verse, maybe on this page or the next.
Zephaniah, verse 3. Chapter 9, verse 3.
Chapter 3, verse 9.
Chapter 3, verse 9.
It's all good, you got it.
For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
Hey, can you grab the cat, put the cat downstairs? Cat on everybody's face. Go ahead, Ock.
For then will I turn to the people a pure language.
The Lord said, for then shall I turn to the people a pure language. When is that then? Huh? What time is the then? Go ahead.
Now.
That then is now. There you go. That's an adverb for you. That's describing the time. That's describing Salaki. I want to be in the way. That then is now. The Lord said, for then he shall turn to the people a pure language. Now, let me explain this to you so you can understand. We went through slavery. This is how you know that the time is now. First off, when Christ came, we were also speaking Greek. Were we not? Paul wrote Greek, right? Wrote and spoke Greek as well as Hebrew. How do you know he also spoke Hebrew? Because Christ taught him in the Hebrew language. Acts 26 and 14. 12 and 14, right? So, we had our language, and we had Greek also.
Right.
You know, that was back then. We knew we was Israelites. Of course, they besieged Rome. Not Rome, Jerusalem. We fled out of Jerusalem. Some stayed, tried to fight. Of course, we got completely demolished, by the Romans. And they starved us, and our women, sister ate her own baby. You understand? When they surrounded us, they starved us of our food. We couldn't trade, we couldn't do nothing. Everybody else did what Christ told them. We went into Africa, some went up into Europe, but it was already we had the schools up there in Europe. But everybody that was in Jerusalem that followed Christ went down in Africa. All right? Over 1 million Jews. We know that from Babylon to Timbuktu. With that being said, we was in Africa at least 1,500 years. At least. Of course, here comes the oppressor, here comes our enemies, those Africans. They round us up, and the Arabs made the slave boats, and they all took part in our slavery. And we went into slavery in America, damn near completely lost our language. Damn near. All right. With that being said, now we have the language again, and it's pure. It's pure. Why would he say, for then shall I turn to you a pure language? A lot of people mess this scripture up because they don't understand it. They say, when we get in the kingdom, we're going to have a pure language. What do you mean? Well, why would we have to wait in the kingdom to get a pure language? He says, for then shall I turn to the people a pure language. How are we even speaking Hebrew now? We didn't know it before, so why are we able to speak it now? You mean to tell me the Hebrew we speak now ain't pure? Well, that's to you, because you don't even know shalom from shalom or shalom. So how the hell do you know what the hell is pure? You know what? Your language ain't pure. Ours and I.S.U.P.K. it is. And I hate to say it, Yale University been agreed with us and said that we was teaching the correct form of Hebrew. That's for all you Israelites that only respect what the oppressor says, man. Hey, way back in the day, Ben told us we was teaching the correct damn Hebrew. And this is a book that's from Yale University that coincides with what we teach and what we've been teaching according to the archaeology and the artifacts, the same way that they got it. All right? The Bible says the earth shall help the woman. With that being said, all right, bye. Let's erase that. You can throw up the, you can finish the adverb. You can throw up you can erase the top. And you can put whatever is left on the adverb with it. So you ain't got to erase the whole adverb. Or you can erase it all and just put the continuation to the adverb. However you want to do it. What's the next word? Oh, wait, we got to finish the adverb. And then we got to go into the next word, which is what? What did you say it was? Phrase. Phrase. Now, I want y'all to know something. Y'all got to understand this, because in this book is going to be points where you can tell that Esau does not understand slang. And I'm going to say it to you just like that. It's points in this book where we know as black people that what's being said is a slang word. We know as Hispanic people that what's being said is a slang word. We know as First Nations that what's being said is a slang term. We understand it because blacks, Hispanics, and First Nations, so-called these names, of course, we're the Israelites. We know that we speak slang. You go to the reservation, they speak slang. You go to the Hispanic communities, they speak slang. You go to the black communities, so-called, they speak slang. All right? And it's going to be points in this, in these teachings from out this book that you're going to see that Esau does not understand slang. And there's going to be points in this book where the oppressor shows that he's the devil. And he shows it by taking stuff out that should be in that verse. There's a few scriptures where you read it in the Hebrew, because remember, we know Hebrew already. We're going through this series, this book series, to go through what's in the book. But we've been teaching Hebrew. And there's apps out now, and even websites where you can go on like Bible Hub and Blue Letter Bible, and the Hebrew is right there. You can buy a Tanakh and see that the Hebrew is right there. And you can look up each word. But in this book is about, I believe it was one or two that I saw where he did not put what was there. It was one scripture that he gave that I don't even think was even in the Bible when I looked it up. Like that verse wasn't even there. It was just how he worded it. And it just wasn't there. So it's going to be points in this book where the oppressor show that in this case, show that she's the devil. Or they're the devil, those females. All right? And let me tell you something. Let me just give black and Hispanic and Native and First Nations women, give them a hand. They look so much better than these oppressors, man. Y'all look so much better than them. Amazing. Way better than them. I would take my two hands if I ever touch a heathen. I would take a tombstone in a ditch in the damn woods before I ever touch some she-devil or some heathen, man. To hell with that. And that's why you got to get to know people, man. That's why in the I.S.U.P.K, we got a courting process of 6 months where you court that person, man. And you get a chance to know who the hell they are and if y'all are a match for each other, man. If you would be the right man to guide her, if she'd be the right wife to a man like you, can she handle the type of man that you are? And the things that you see for your household, can she bring something to the table? Can you guide her and bring something to the table for her as far as the things that she can accomplish, man, and build her up? Ain't got nothing to do with money and none of that, man. It's about being a team and a family and raising and having a righteous household and raising a righteous family. Can she contribute to the things that you need? Can she handle not seeing you? Can she handle you and your other wives, man? Can you handle her crazy attitude? Can you take that and not punch her in the face? Can you correct her without having to choke her the hell out half the time, man? Without sending her back home to her parents with a black eye. Because that's the only place she gonna go. She a female. what she gonna do? She can shoot you. Nowadays they got guns. But if she don't want to go to jail, then what she gonna do? It's a righteous woman, she gonna say, I'm leaving. And the only place she got to go is her parents or maybe a sibling. That's what it's about, man. Having a righteous family and building a righteous nation, man. And having that family, you're going to have to teach them Hebrew. You're going to teach them right. You're going to teach them their language. All right? And like I said, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, man, our women look way better than these she-devils out here that wrote this goddamn this book right here on our language. I just had to get y'all up real quick, sisters, because these devils hate us, man. And the main person you see on them damn shows and commercials is some Edomite man with some sister, or some brother with some Edomite woman, or a righteous, so-called righteous oppressor family who got a nice car, and they buying each other trucks and all that, and gifts, celebrating that evil holiday. And all our commercials is about paying bills and health care. To hell with them, man. All right. So now this is the continuation for the adverb. An adverb, for an example, when, where, why, and how are adverbs, and they answer the question to when, where, why, and how. How loud is he speaking? He's speaking very loud, extremely loud, right? When and where? Where are we, right? It answers that question. We're in the middle of nowhere. The adverb would be middle of nowhere, right? When did we get here? We got here last night. Go ahead, fast. We got here fast, right? When did we get here? We got here yesterday at noon, and you know what? Let me see. When did we get here? Yesterday at noon would be the adverb. It describes the time we got here yesterday, right? So now, an example. The elections are coming soon. Coming would be the verb or the action word. Soon would be the adverb, right? Now, I want y'all to get this, so I'm going to try to step out the way, right? Salakia, boom, boom, boom. So now, that was a continuation for the adverb, and the last one is phrase. So I'm going to give y'all a chance to write that down, right? Give me Acts 26 and 12. Young man T, if you can grab it. Acts 26 and 12 in the New Testament. Just to prove what I said about Christ speaking to Paul in the Hebrew language. And to go back to what I was saying before, it doesn't make sense that we have this language now, but all of a sudden it ain't pure. How? How? You tell me how it's not pure. If I make up my own form of Spanish, does that make Spanish not pure? Or does that make my Spanish not pure? It will make mine not pure. Just because the oppressor took and made his own form of Hebrew, how the hell does that make our Hebrew not pure? Unless you follow the oppressor's Hebrew. And that's where you get shalom, akadi, and all that stupid garbage from. Shalom, you dumb. It's shalom. You got shalom and you got shalom with the la and the wa connected. All right? And the small I at the end of ma. You got a little bit of that pronunciation. You got shalom. That's very straightforward. It stops at the shalom. It's done. Shalom. Then you got shalom. You got a little bit of the I. Then shalom. Got a little bit of that I. It's shalom. Shalom. Then you got shalom. It's two different pronunciations, man. And they mean two different things. Shalom means peace. It also means prosperity and things of that nature. But then you have shalom, which is peace. It's a greeting. You got the greeting, and then you got something where you say, shalom, brother. You know what I mean? It's a different tense. And the Y is also used as to say, like how we would add ing onto our words. Like you have, like you can greet somebody and then you got greetings. And that's what we saying with shalom. Like greeting. My fellow brother, my fellow sister, all right? Hopefully y'all have that down. I did talk for quite a while, right? So y'all should have this down. Ibad, can you erase the board? Young man T, if you can give me Acts, the 26th chapter, 12th verse.
I thought you said 22.
No, 26. You're going to read down to verse 14, from 12 to 14. Type in any questions that y'all may have about the Hebrew. I'm going to take a look and see if we got any questions.
Acts 26 and 12.
Go ahead.
Whereupon, as I went to Damascus with authority and commission from the chief priest.
Now this is Paul. He said, I went to Damascus with all authority and commission. Nigga, I got power and I'm getting paid. From Damascus, he was with the chief priests at the time. They hated us. Go ahead.
Verse 13. At midday, O king, I saw in the way a light from heaven above the brightness of the sun.
So he saw this light come down from heaven. You better remember that. This light came from heaven. Go ahead. And it was above. It was far brighter than the sun. Above would be the what? The adverb. Above the brightness of the sun. Right? Go ahead.
Shining round about me and them which journeyed with me.
And it shined around all of us. If we all went somewhere together, that light would have been shining around all of us. Go ahead.
Verse 14. And when we were all fallen to the earth, I heard a voice speaking unto me, and saying in the Hebrew tongue, Saul.
Wait, saying in what tongue?
In the Hebrew tongue.
Wait, the voice that came out of heaven spoke in what language?
The Hebrew tongue.
Did it speak in Japanese?
The Hebrew tongue.
What about Chinese?
Hebrew.
What about English?
Hebrew.
Spanish.
The Hebrew
It
tongue.
spoke in the Hebrew tongue, baby, out of heaven. Saying what?
Saul, why persecutest thou me?
He's saying, Saul, come on, Paul. Before his name was changed to Paul. Come on, Saul. Why you persecuting me, man? What's up with all this, bro? You Israelite like me. You over here going against me. Read on. This is how hard Christ was. Go ahead.
It is hard for thee to kick against the pricks.
Listen, Christ wasn't no sucker, man. He said, nigga, it is hard for you to kick again. Like, you ain't gonna beat me. Why are you even trying? Why are you persecuting me, Saul? You're not gonna win. You're gonna lose. You know what this is what's funny. I learned the Hebrew language from watching other people who call themselves a camp, right? Other fake Israelite groups when I was in the world. And I would watch their little videos online, so I learned how to read the Hebrew. Okay, not how to read the Hebrew. I didn't learn how to read Hebrew until I came into the I.S.U.P.K. I learned how to pronounce Hebrew words somewhat. I knew everything was I and all that from watching people online. And then when I seen Captain Tower War, this is what's so funny, right? This was so funny. I did not know as all the little fake camps that I used to watch, so-called camps, right? Really, they just the Christian church. All them little fake camps that I used to watch, I had never, ever even heard about the I.S.U.P.K. Ever. I didn't even know that. Like at that time, I didn't even know they even existed. Right? So I'm watching. And I happen to come across this video, right, of Captain Tower War checking Tahar about something that he said about Commander GEN.YAHANNA, right? And I would never forget. Now, at the time, I used to watch like different little GMS videos. And you ever watch a boxing match looking for the person that you rooting for to win? At this time, I didn't know who Captain Tower War was. It was Captain Tazariak, Captain Tower War. I forget who else was there. It was one other brother, I believe. But I know for sure I seen Captain Tazariak and I seen Captain Tower War. And he was just checking Tahar, and I'm like, now in the video, I'm watching it like Like, okay, like, oh, Tahar, he arguing with somebody. And in my mind, I'm expecting him to win. But after I watched the whole video, I felt like he lost. I was like, damn, I don't know if he won that. I didn't know about battles and none of that. It just felt like he got checked. It felt like he didn't know what the hell he was talking about, especially after I watched the commentary of what he was saying afterwards. What he was saying after Captain Tawar checked him was like, yo, he just lost. And it's sort of like, I just didn't watch him at all after that. I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Because it seemed like he was talking to somebody and they knew what the hell they was talking about. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Because he was saying some dumb stuff and it was real cowardly. You know what I mean? Give Captain Tawar a hand. And that was some funny stuff. But I learned the Hebrew from cats like that. You understand? So when Christ say, why you persecuting me? Why you kicking against the pricks? Like, he said it's hard for you to kick against the pricks. Like, why you persecuting me? Nigga, you ain't gonna win. And that's what I felt like when I that's what made me think of that. It's like, you know what? You can teach whatever the hell you want to teach. You ain't gonna beat us. And guess what? You're not gonna beat Christ and you're gonna look like a damn fool. Because that's what happens when you come against the men that follow Christ. Alright? Make you look like a goddamn fool. And that's what happened. Ain't it hard for you to beat us? You can't beat us. It's hard for you to kick against the pricks. We're going to stick you right back like a thorn. You're going to kick against the prick and get stuck by the thorns, man. You're like, damn, that was kind of, that was stupid. And that's the truth, man. That's the I.S.U.P.K. So now a phrase, right? A phrase is you can't kick against the pricks. That's a phrase for you, right? A phrase is a group of two or more words that express a single idea. What was the idea I was trying to express? You can't beat the truth, man. If you ain't in the truth, then watch your mouth, like Commander GEN.YAHANNA said. If you ain't in the truth, watch your goddamn mouth, man. That's the idea we're putting out. You ain't gonna beat the truth, man. Especially not with some false guidance, which Paul had from the Pharisees. He had false guidance. You can get money, you can get power, and you can still be in a lie, man. Let's keep going. But do not form, so wait, I'm gonna start from the top. A phrase is a group of two or more words that express a single idea, but do not form a complete sentence. Why? If you Black and Hispanic, so-called, or First Nation, so-called, why would I bring this up? Why is this important to know? That a phrase is a group of two or more words that express a single idea, but do not form a complete sentence. Why is that good to know? Go ahead.
Slang.
Because it's give I by the goddamn man. Because it's slang, man. Go ahead. You gotta raise your hand too.
I'm sorry, but I didn't hear what he said.
Go ahead. You say it again, Ibot.
Slang.
Slang.
Okay.
Because of slang, because us as a nation, we speak slang. So we say a lot of phrases. We say a lot of, we make a lot of statements that are not complete sentences.
Right.
Like, what up, homie? What up, my G?
Right.
That ain't a real sentence. What's good with you? Who we be? You know who we be. That ain't a real sentence, but that is a phrase that people say. Give me another one that people say. What is hitting for? What is hitting for? That's another one. Oh man. There's a ton of different phrases. Go ahead.
What about?
What up, Doc? What's up, brother? And here's how you know. What is the phrase, what's up? How is that even a greeting? What does what's in the air or what's upward have to do with how you're doing? Or how's your day? What's going on with you? Now in English that would be sort of a sentence. It would be a question. what's going on with you, brother? But we don't say all that. We say, what's up, Ak? What's going on with you? So, you know, those are two different phrases that we use to form a sentence in our language. May not be in Esau's language, though. Esau language, what's up, Ak? What is sitting for? You straight? You tawab? You good? You good is a phrase that in black term, that's a damn full sentence to me.
Right.
You good? I'm tawab, Anawan. I'm tawab, Anawan. Why five? And you good? Go ahead, Astawab.
If I could, that's the one they always make a meme out of. Well, how we asking you straight, like it could mean like you want to fight. You need some money.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, are you safe? Like it mean, are you safe? So you like you straight? Like you safe up? Like you know what I'm saying?
Give Astawab a goddamn answer. Lock it, boy. You got to get a hand on that one. You can make a dictionary out of you straight. That ain't no damn sentence. That is not a complete sentence. Teacher asked me to write a sentence. I said, you straight. The broad felt me. that could be a meme. Like, you can tell she ain't from the hood. That was a full statement. I could have made a whole dictionary off of that. You straight meaning, are you safe? You need some money? You okay? You good? You want to fight? What's up? You know what I mean? What now? Once again, how does going forward or going straight have to do with your well-being? Because Israelites, we use a lot of phrases. Now here's an example of a phrase which we just gave you. Out the door. That's a phrase. It's not a complete sentence, but you know, it's sort of a statement. Out the door. It says, and they ran out the door is a phrase. So the sentence, they ran out the door is a sentence. But out the door will be the phrase. Now, I know I went on about this, right? Hopefully y'all got a chance to write all that down. Because we're about to go into the introduction of this book. Go ahead.
Like, sir, if I could, will like the slang we use be like metaphors?
Yes, everything we Israelites speak in metaphors. That's what slang is. It is a metaphor.
Right.
To say what you're really is you using a phrase
Right.
in a form of a metaphor to say what you're trying to say, to form your statement or your question, right? That's what we're doing. So with that being said, we use a ton of metaphors to express ourselves.
Right.
What can I say? Our language is based off of metaphors.
Right.
That we have a metaphoric language, so to speak. Our letters are pictures of things.
Right.
Is actually a picture of a wave and a person in the door and all that. So we are real symbolic people. Like we use different types of, you know what I mean? Like we very artistic, man. Like us as a people, we very, very artistic. If you notice in boxing, who's always head to head? You got to notice if you watch boxing. Astawak, you want to take a shot at it? Go ahead.
Isupk and Judah.
Issachar, give my hand. Issachar and Judah. The Mexicans and Judah. Oh my, listen. It's something with us, man, but we just got to fight. Like, you know who had on during the summertime, you know who had the gloves on with each other. Right. You know who was sparring partners. Judah and Issachar, you throw the body shot, he throw a head shot. You go low, he go high. God damn it, that's it. Right. You know who is, and in brotherhood, they ain't like today where you sort of trying to kill that brother. You know what I mean? But in brotherhood, sort of like, I hate this movie, Apollo Creed and the other white person, the other Edomite. You know what I mean? The one that they put a statue up to. I'm not even going to mention his name because they should have put Joe Frazier up there. He is a real Philly heavyweight champion, right? But they didn't. They put some fictitious idiot. Yeah, some fictitious idiot up there. But anyway, back to the point. We know who had on the gloves. We know who the entertainment was 1,000 years ago. Judah and Issachar get them gloves on, you get popcorn, your dad is downstairs, like, whoa, wait. Don't start the bell yet. Let me hold on, son, with this can. Hold on, boy, let me see this. And you watch him go. Your dad is the referee. he might have a physical referee, but he the announcer and the referee and the judge at the scorecards. You might say, son, what you got? He said, Dad, I got 10-1. You right, son, what you got? I got 10-8. What you got? I got 9-9. Dad be like, it was Issachar. He won that. He won that one just to make the rematch. Just to make the rematch, man. Because we are very artistic people, man. All right? So with that being said, we can erase the board. I believe everybody had. Now I was trying to stay out the camera for a reason, y'all. I know the class been going on. I've been in and out the camera, but I really want y'all to get what's on the board, right? So we can get that down. So now we're going to switch over. Ibad, if you can pass me the book. We're going to go into this biblical Hebrew working textbook. All right? And give the Lord a hand for us having artistic skills, man. Go ahead, Isupk.
If I could, I think I heard brother saying before, like we got a very spiritual way of talking. Like it go kind of like off field to where like if you like say something a certain way, people understand where you're coming from. Like that's kind of what the Bible is. Like it'll be metaphors and different things. That's even with that music. Like you see, like the way we do our music, we try to put the words together in different ways, and you know what I'm saying, say different things in a different type of way. It's like
no, you're absolutely right, man.
It's very spiritual. It's kind of loose. It's not a concrete. It's not like textbook.
Right. And Isupk, what I want to piggyback off you and what you saying is everything that you just said is so heavy because in this book right here, right, that I got up on the board, everything ain't in this book that we know ain't textbook. To them is textbook, brother. It's like the oppressor. You can't win with the oppressor. Everything that we know, like obviously that's not what he was saying. To them, that's what you were saying.
If I could.
That's why Esau didn't understand that when he sold his birthright, that was a serious thing.
Right.
That we were not being serious about. Like if I say, let me drive your car, I'll give you this what you call it. If you sell me a birthright, I give you this food right here. You say, brother, I'm hungry. I say, Isupk, man, you let me drive your car, you can have this food. Now, if you say, no, you can't drive my car, am I going to deny my brother food? God damn, I know you're starving. That would be stupid. I mean, how evil would that be? And you can just go to mama and get food.
Right.
But Esau ain't that type of man. He don't respect mama. He don't give a damn about his mother or his damn father. He only want what he wants. If he wanted his birthright, he would have kept it. Guarantee you that.
Right.
He didn't want it. Go ahead, Isupk.
If I could, that's like how like people ask like specific things. That's normally what it is in class. People ask something specific. We go to the Lord, don't deal with time on the concrete. The Israelites don't deal with concrete time. Like I say, like when a woman is marriageable age, it's like when she passed her flower. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be able to understand what they're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like
Right.
It's just different.
Right. And that's why nobody can really understand the Bible because they are trying to look at the Bible through the eyes of some Christian who looks at the Bible through the eyes of the oppressor. Which is why they can't get it. Let me turn the camera just a little bit more. All right, so we about to go into the biblical Hebrew working textbook, man. Let's go there. Let's get it. I'm going to switch the camera right back over so y'all can see, right? Here we go. So now, if y'all can see on the board, now I wasn't able to highlight it. It wouldn't let me highlight it for some reason, but I tried to. But I am going to keep the cursor on where we're at. So this is the introduction to the biblical Hebrew working textbook. And what's so heavy about this is, I'm going to stay over here near the mic. And what's so heavy about this is that it's about to explain what I was trying to tell you earlier, that Esau is the devil. Like he stole our language, and it's gonna. We'll read it. We'll read it. How about that? That would be what? Self-explanatory. Go ahead. What I'm about to say is really self-explanatory because we're about to read it. Go ahead.
Can we read it, sir?
Baba Kushar, if you can come on up, I-Bot. And young man T, if you want to come up and read something, you can too as well.
Okay.
You don't got to do it now. I'll call on you so you can do it. I'll let the brother go. I-Bot, I'm going to show you where to start at. And then when you stop, really this whole paragraph is pretty good. The first paragraph, and then is, and I'll skip you down. All right? How about we'll switch paragraph. Y'all go back and forth, right?
Okay.
So, I-Bot, you can read the top. Go ahead.
Okay. This is the Biblical Hebrew, a text and workbook. Yale Language Series, Introduction. The purpose of this book is to get students reading Biblical Hebrew prose.
So that's the purpose, to get students reading Biblical Hebrew. Remember, this is a 101 college. This is Yale University. It's a 101 course. This is the beginning. It's a basic Hebrew language course. Go ahead.
And even a bit of poetry.
Whoa, why the poetry? Huh? They don't know who we be. They don't know who we be. What I don't know is, go ahead. Yeah. You ain't gotta ask. You can go to the bathroom. What they don't know is the boyish, the drama, the baby, the mama, the city. You know what I mean? The heartbroken lovers. It happens too often. We very poetic. We very artistic, man. Keep going. That's why you got to get a bit of that poetry, because you can't be an Israelite without a little bit of something, you know what I mean? Go ahead, Ostawat.
If I could, that remind me of how when that Gen.YAHANNA was like, when our oppressor, when the white man, he go into poverty. He not too. He was like, he not too up. He was like, he not gonna make a damn rap song about it, sing or dance his way out of it. He gonna start playing some goddamn and tearing stuff up. Like that was the difference right there. Like I said, like poetry mixed in. Like we got poetry and I'm like, Esau guy. Hey, listen, if it don't go my way, I'm about to kill somebody.
That's Esau. Esau ain't about to rap about how much you had him in slavery and how destroyed he is. That's for his slaves to do. He ain't about to do all that. He like, nigga, oh, I'm a slave? Oh, I got you. Is that right, huh? I got you. Let me holler at you real quick. No, brother, I just want to say that it was a nice day that we had. Yeah, that's Esau. He'll be the nicest person that bring that sword out. He said, oh, Becky, oh, Peggy. Yeah, y'all forgot about that name, huh? Oh, Peggy, come here, Peggy. Let me talk to you. I seen that you cheated with Jay. Oh, damn. I'm glad I ain't hit the brother.
So,
Yeah, man, we gonna put this away. Esau don't mind bloodshed. We do. You can take a seat out. You don't gotta stand. I'll call on you. Go ahead.
If I could, that's like even in slavery we had the songs, and then in Brazil they made up a whole fighting style that looked like dancing. Like we just a different type of people. We just get creative with stuff. Like that's us with the Bible.
And that's so artistic to be a people that can fight and get down and get jiggy at the same damn time. I don't even know how they do that. They in there beatboxing and breakdancing and kick you and punch you in the damn face.
Right.
Go ahead.
The dancing martial arts I think he's talking about is capoeira.
Capoeira, right? It's ridiculous. And they do that down in Brazil, right?
So they made it up during slavery. Like they look like they dancing, but really they like, all right, if pop off,
I'm getting
these
you.
moves. You know what I'm saying?
They strip you, you know what I mean? Can you think about back in slavery, how that must have worked? You catch the slave master drunk, you start dancing for him. He like, oh, baby, come here, Peggy. And you trip him and hit him with an uppercut, put him to sleep. Now, we ain't advocating no violence. I was just saying that. Can you imagine that? All right, let's go back to it, right?
It's like a time check, 8:15.
Cool, we good on the time. So poetry. It said even a little bit of poetry, because white people ain't the oppressor ain't very poetic, man. Ever read a poem, Little Bo Peep or whatever? That might have been a brother. I don't even know. What's one of them corny? Shakespeare was a brother, so you can't count him. Right. The people that you never heard about because of Shakespeare, because Shakespeare was a black man or a Hispanic man, and he was the illest. And whoever else he beat, they just nobodies. Those nobodies, their poetry, nobody cares about. But Israelites, you care about our poetry. Go ahead.
as soon as possible.
Now remember, this is a college course, right? So they don't have all year to really teach you this. They got to give you what they can give you. You got to go home and study, go in that dorm room and study and study and study and basically get what they taught you in the class. So they trying to get us to learn Hebrew as quick as possible, which is the point of this class too. Go ahead.
To effect this, we take an uncommon approach by teaching in descending order of frequency.
Go ahead.
The most common constructions.
The most common what?
Constructions.
The most common things that phrases that's put together, basically. I'm saying phrases because of the slang.
Right.
The most common constructions. Go ahead.
The most common verbs.
The most common verbs. The most common action words. Go ahead.
The most common grammar and syntax.
That's what I wanted to give you. Damn it. I'll give it to you at the end of class. Y'all can write it down. Syntax. I'll tell you what syntax is. Syntax. Let me switch the camera to me. I'm gonna just write. I'm gonna say this to you real quick, and then I at the end of class I'll put it up. Syntax. The way in which words are put together to form phrases. Remember those phrases, those slang words? Well, the way they put together is syntax, all right? Clauses or sentences, all right? So that's what syntax is, all right? And this is what I put, this is my own note. Syntax is basically about what words come before another. Because the way it's put together is how you form, the order of the words. Now that was my own note. I just added that in there. Maybe black people or Hispanic people or First Nations, so-called, all these names they call us, can relate to that easier. Syntax is the way the words put together. You understand that? That's easier to go home with. Seeing that we're trying to learn this as quick as possible. All right, let's go back to it, right? So let me get you back to where we were. Hold on. Ibad Haya, you got it.
Because all Hebrew in the book, whether for teaching, illustration, or drill, is biblical.
Oh, whoa. Wait a minute. Now, I got to be honest with you. That phrase right there is Esau being the devil.
Right.
Because there was some scriptures that I did not find. I'm going to say that. I'm going to say I didn't find it. I don't want to say I didn't find it. I want to say what they were saying it didn't mean.
Right.
So, though they posted the scripture, it wasn't all biblical, Esau, because we know how you get down. Go ahead.
It's biblical.
Go ahead.
From the very first students experienced the joy of working with genuine material.
It's genuine. Go ahead. So it's supposed to be. But we know that the Bible, the things that we working with in the Bible. All right, Salaki, I went back up. I was supposed to go down. My bad. All right, go ahead.
Salaki, did you want to switch this out?
Oh, yes, the water I bought for remembering that. Young man T, you can come up and read. I'll turn it to y'all just a little bit more just so y'all can see it a little better. We right here in each lesson. Hold on, wait. I got a specific place where I want you to start at. I want you to start at recurring features, and then I'm gonna let you know when to stop. Or you can read and then I'll skip you down again. Or you can start at recurring features. We're gonna start right here.
Okay. Recurring features rather than on historical and exceptional formations as the latter tend to spark interest and have value at a more advanced level of
Hold
learning.
on, wait. Oh my goodness. See, you about to hit them too hard. They ain't ready for all that. Here's what they trying to say. I'm gonna read it from the top. To help students decipher words, explanations focus on key. Read what you got.
Recurring features rather than on historical and exceptional formations.
Whoa. It said we just gonna worry about what repeats rather than historical, and exceptional formations. So, wait a minute. Wouldn't a historical formation be more genuine than what you're actually doing?
Right.
Wouldn't that be more biblical
Right.
than what you're actually telling me? This is how you know you saw the devil. People going to skip over that. They don't understand that the formation in which you form the words, they're going to skip over the historical part of that. Why is it? Anybody know why they skipping over the history part of it? Go ahead.
They don't want you to remember your history.
Well, we don't know our history. Say we don't know our history, right? Why would they want you to skip over the historical part of it? You right there, just say it. If we didn't know the history, why would they want us to skip over the history?
Keep you in the dark.
Because
I don't know.
Because we will find our history. That's why they're keeping us in the dark.
Okay.
Because we will find out the historical point. Can you break down Jeremiah 14:2 without explaining what it is? No, you can't. Which is why they're just repeating, they're focused on the repeating phrases more than the historical part of the Bible. We'll just work on, and this is what they're trying to say that I said at the other part of this series. You're going to understand that they are not focused on breaking down scriptures. They are just breaking down the sentence, what the sentence means. Or more in Esau, what he's actually doing, what the sentence could mean. Because he's an evil bastard. They ain't really worried about what Jeremiah 14:2 really means. They're talking about, this is how you say that. This is how you put this together to understand what it's saying. It's saying the Jews are black. I'm not giving you nothing else. You got to figure out, is it talking about black people? Is it talking about a black condition? I don't understand how the Jews are black when I know they're white. They ain't explaining all that.
Right.
Here's what the sentence say. The baby ran to the store. You got to figure out how a baby can run, and that's on you. That's what they doing in here. Keep reading, brother, if you don't mind.
No, I don't.
Formations as to the latter.
As the latter tend to spark interest and have value at a more advanced level of learning.
Now, why would now, come on now, Esau. Now, why would the latter be more advanced? Well, why would it spark interest? Why would the things you learn later on in this book spark interest to you?
You can relate to it?
Okay, we can, but say I didn't know I could relate to it. You remember, this is a one-on-one. Say we was not in the truth. Say we was just somebody that was, Poindexter, right? Now our people, I hate to use that phrase because they're sort of down us being smart and able to accomplish things that involve your intellect. But black people, since we struggling, we don't have time to finish school, and since you finished and you know everything, they tend to put you down. So I don't want to say Poindexter, but I want to say your intellectual ability, right? Why is it that you having this intellectual ability, why are the things that you learn later, if I say that, I'm going to give it to you. Say you have intellectual ability. What would that do in time? Go ahead.
It'll make it to where you'll be able to put.
Give I.S.U.P.K a hand. You'll be able to put things together. So the more time you have to put things together, the more you can understand. Later on in time, you'll be able to understand a lot. It's like coming from a child to a grown man. You can understand a whole damn lot once you're grown that you couldn't understand when you were 6. So how the hell does that got anything to do with teaching Hebrew? Because once you understand what that word black meant in 14:2, then what? You ain't in the dark no more. Now you're coming to the light, right? Before, when you first learned Jeremiah 14:2, the Jews are black. Qadash la rataza. You like, what in the hell does that mean? And then when you know, oh, the Jews are black, and you understand what the term meant by black, and you understand the phrase because it's slang, you know the Jews are black people because their condition that they are in is a state or a condition that is called black, which is why they are termed black. From their condition, they have a repeating or recurring or a historical condition of always being a black people. Because they are not crayon black. They are crayon brown. Right. They are crayon tan. Light brown, very light tan. But they ain't black. But them as a people, oh, well, if their condition is a color, it would have to be black. Because me, Jeffrey Peter Schmidt, my condition is white. That's how the oppressor set everything up. My condition is white and pure because I own Wall Street. And you, however, in that ghetto with them roaches and them rats, if you had to be a color, you'd be black. You'd be the complete opposite of me because I'm great and I'm white. And that's how the oppressor thinks. That's why it was sparking interest in what we learn later on. And later on, as we advance in intellectual ability on learning how to break down Hebrew words and Hebrew phrases, which is why they won't break any of this down. They'll just tell you the Jews are black, the baby ran to the store, the sunlight shines, you got to figure the rest out. And that's it. That's how they do us, man. All right, so now let's go back into it, right? It says, and have value at a more advanced level of learning. We know what they was trying to say by that. Meaning that more advanced level of learning is once you start to understand what the Bible is actually saying. Once you can come into the knowledge, once you're a little bit able to come into the knowledge of the truth, you can keep on reading. Of course,
verb paradigms and other didactic necessities are not neglected. Conscientious study of this mixture equips students to approach passages with some analytical skill. Their embryonic skill is put to use early on as an extended biblical passages are assigned for reading.
Now they do give us a ton of biblical passages to read, but once again they don't break it down. I'm gonna switch y'all out, right? I.S.U.P.K, if you can come back up.
Okay.
Give our young man T a hand, the Wilder brother. All right. So I.S.U.P.K, I'm gonna have you read this part right here. You can start at very rarely. Okay. But only very rarely. You can start right here.
Okay. But only very rarely do the comments translate.
What is the translation? Oh, he's the devil. Well, they're the devil. Those she devils, they the devil. I.S.U.P.K. What does it mean to translate something? The Bible was translated, right? We get what translate means. I don't want to ask a silly question. We all know what the word translate means, right? But why are they saying rarely does it translate? Because I don't want to waste time. It's already 8:27. Go ahead.
They're trying to say like what it's saying, like they can make it, if they say this first, like they set the premise like this, when it don't make sense later to what it's really saying, you can catch it.
Give him a God. Okay, no. Not you was right there, I.S.U.P.K. I was about to give you a hand.
Or you can't catch it, basically. That's what I was saying.
You can't catch them. Why you can't catch them?
It's like they set a premise.
No, wait, but why can't you catch them?
So they can sneak in that they're making it not make sense anymore.
Give them a goddamn hand. They making it not make sense. That's why you're not going to catch them. Meaning, they're going to skip over the fact that the ish don't make sense, what they said and what the scriptures say.
That's why, if I could.
Go ahead.
That's why they're saying it's like that. Like, look, some of it ain't going to make sense. It's because I'm making it not make sense.
Exactly, because I'm not actually teaching you.
I don't know what to say, or I don't want to tell you what to say.
Wow.
The water, man. The water. Yo, I.S.U.P.K. Give him another hand because he was right on it. And that's what they saying. They saying, don't worry. Hold on, let me switch it back. What did it say? It said, rarely do comments translate. Well, goddamn, what I'm reading this for? Well, wait, not what the Bible is saying doesn't translate. Their comments don't translate. Meaning, what they said ain't what the Bible's saying. And I told y'all that in the beginning. I said, watch, I'm trying to tell you, there's a couple of things that you can be like, hold up. That ain't what the hell it said at all. Or that's not even there. Go ahead, Isupk.
If I could too, like that go into what we was talking about earlier when we was talking about our interpretation of language. Like I picked that up based off what they said. Like to me, I see what you said, but I realized in the spirit you're trying to run game. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how Israelites think. That's why we know, like, oh no, that's a setup. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like you say something to certain people, they just go with it and walk off into school. You say something to a lot of us that's like in tune with that, we be like, man, what are you talking about? That don't make no sense.
It's like they expect us to not think about it.
Right.
But they know in colleges, everybody's thinking. You know how many hours they study in college, man? I'm talking about countless. Like, listen, you got to understand this. Without the oppressor being the oppressor, nobody would want to go to college, man. Right. Do you know why people really want to go to college? They get a degree, which means more money, but they get to party first. Without Jerry beads and Becky getting on her knees for anybody and them fraternities, nobody would go to college, man. I'm telling you, nobody would go to college. Who's a bus driver? Anybody want to be a bus driver? No. You ask any of the, and I'm telling you, bus drivers, they make some good bread, man. Right. I know a few of them. But you ask the people today and the younger generation, they want to drive a bus? Hell no. Why would they? And you ask them, well, what you going to do for a job? Well, I'm going to go work at the sneaker store. Nigga, that's $8. That's $12. The bus driver getting like $24 and health benefits. Right. But nobody wants to be a bus driver because of the agony of all the different personalities you got to deal with. If college didn't have sex and drugs and parties and a brotherhood, so-called, that you can sneak around and easily get things that you couldn't get without that evil brotherhood, nobody would do it. Nobody would. They'd be like, I'm not paying all that money to go and read books all day. I'm just not doing it. And then after I read the book, I still can't even get no job because of white supremacy, because of racism. People go to college because they know I'm going to have a sex orgy. I done spent all this time graduating high school, studying all these books. And I'm making this up. I don't know if people do this, but I didn't even graduate high school. I got a GED. I'm from the hood, but I wasn't a stupid person. I just was caught up in the white man's traps. I went and got a GED first try. I didn't even study, period. So I can't say that I'm stupid. I knew for sure. Listen, I remember I did a project. My mama could testify to this. I did a project that I did a halfway behind job on. And I got a B because I wouldn't do projects before. She made me do the project. She was like, "You gonna do this one?" I did it, got a B. and I'm telling you, I didn't even really apply myself, yo. I was like, look, I'm getting whatever's around me. I'm gonna do it because my mama make my mama happy. Got a B on the damn project. Went took a GED test, didn't even study, just passed it. Talking about I did not study, I was paid for it. My brother selling his drugs paid for my GED. I took it and just passed it. And the only reason he paid for it is my dad was in jail and he didn't want to feel bad. He wanted to feel like my dad, did something. You know what I mean? Went and passed it. So everybody ain't stupid. Some brothers really get caught up in Esau's oppression. But then you got some real intellectual brothers out there, man, that spend their whole entire high school, middle school, and college studying to get somewhere, man. And nobody would do that if they knew that Esau gonna cheat you out of it at the end anyway, man. Nobody would go to college to sit in that room after 12 years and say, do I got the job? We'll call you. Nigga, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. This nigga right here, he dropped out when I was like 15. He's a millionaire off crack. I know I can do better than him. Let me go over there. Let me go over to that side. If he can add 2 plus 2, goddamn it, I can add 15,000 times 15,000. I think I'm gonna compress kilos and sell guns until the day I'm a millionaire. Until the day the cops come, at least.
That's right.
At least I have some money put away. I can calculate how much I'm making every week. 60,000. I pay him. All right, cool. Good. 200 kilos a month. Give it to me. I can add. He working with 3. I can completely get 200 at least. Can he add 15 times 15,000? No, I don't think so. Now, these are all fake numbers. I'm just throwing the Israelite state of mind in the world. Not brothers. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the brothers that's completely out there in the world. But that's the damn problem, man. The problem is they if you don't use your intellectual ability to understand what's really in the Bible, you are going to be lost. So even though you somebody in Yale, just in case we come across, just in case you're a white person that really love black people sincerely, that really love Hispanic people sincerely, that really love the First Nations sincerely, I won't break down the Bible to you at all. I won't tell you what it means. I'll tell you what words mean. And that's what we about to get to. They're about to explain to us that they only teaching what words mean, not what the scripture's really saying. Because if you just happen to be an oppressor and you really love blacks and Hispanics and First Nations, you'll come and show them, yo, man, the Bible say y'all the real Jews, bro. The oppressor love to say that, brother. You're the real Jews, brother. And what will you do caught up in the oppressor's neighborhood? Caught up in the neighborhood that he designed for us. You'd be like, bro, I ain't got time for that, yo. I got 3 kids and I'm 19. That's black and Hispanics, man. Like, nigga, you in Yale. I'm not. You go back, you can tell me I'm the Jew. Bro, I feel you, I'll dap you up, I'll let you call me nigger, I'll smoke weed with you, we're friends, but I gotta sell crack for these 3 kids, man. What you gonna do? You going back to Yale. And that's why they don't break words, that's why they don't break down the Bible, even though they absolutely have the opportunity to do that. All right, go ahead and read on. Hold on, let me check and see if we all on the same page. Real quick, hold on, let me check and see if everybody is together. All right, cool, we all on the same page. Salaki, y'all ain't mean to keep the words up there while I talked all that time. Go ahead, Ibada, y'all, you got it.
Oh God. Rather, they identify potential difficulties and guide the students through a reasoning process which consistently allows them to figure out such critical components as the root of the word, the part of speech.
So wait, I want you to read that one more time. And Salaki, y'all, for y'all not being able to see me, right? I want you to read that one more time. Go ahead.
Oh God. Rather, they identify potential difficulties and guide the students through a reasoning process which consistently allows them to figure out such critical components as the root of the word, the part of speech, and the synadical setting.
Now, that's everything I just explained. It said rather than break down everything that I'm saying to you, everything that the Bible is saying, this is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. We'll deal with potential difficulties. And what? And learning the language. Not scriptural breakdowns. It says, and guide the students through a reasoning process. Let me see how to pronounce this word. Oh, that's what? Kadal Rataza. Oh, wow. Are black unto the ground. That's what that says. And through a reasoning process consistently allows through through a reasoning process which consistently allows them to figure out such critical components as the root of the word. Did it say scriptural breakdowns? Anybody know? Nah, it didn't. It didn't say Qadala Rataza, black into the ground. Oh, let me see what that actually is trying to say in the Bible. How could Jews be black into the ground? It don't say that. What it is saying is black. That's what that word means, because you struggle to pronounce it, and now you know that it's saying black. Unto. Oh, you figure that out. That says unto. The ground. Oh, you got that one too. Let's go on to the next. It don't break nothing down. And like I.S.U.P.K said, that's to say that by the time you figure out what you're actually reading, you can be like, hold up. This ain't what the Bible's saying. Jesus didn't die for everybody. Damn. So what is my pastor teaching? And you'll do what on Sunday? Hey, pastor, real quick. I know that it says Jesus died for everybody, but if you look right here, and in the Hebrew it says this, and blah, 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 and he'll sniff his coat and he'll say, brother, what does that have to do with salvation? Bring out the tambourine. Pass the collection plate. We'll talk about this afterwards. Come to Bible study Sunday, and he'll go have sex with a man and leave you hanging. Keep going, Ibada, y'all.
Go God. At all times, interpretive comments focus on the Hebrew idiom.
Go ahead.
Alerting students to the fact that we are reading this text in a time and culture far removed from its origins.
Whoa! Hold on. We doing what? Alerting students.
Alerting students to the fact that we are reading this text in a time and culture far removed from Far removed.
Far removed. What's the adverb in that? Go ahead. Far. Not only are we removed, but we far removed. Thousands of years, man. Go ahead.
From its origins.
From our origins. From where we originated and where we started. This context, this Bible, it's been removed far, far from where we originally started at. We ain't in Israel no more. We in America. And we've been far removed, man. And guess what? They ain't going to break nothing down to you. Why? Because we far removed anyway. Hey. Well, what does it matter to you? Are you what you going to do? Get on a plane and go back to Africa? Ain't that what they tell us? Oh, you know you're an Israelite. What you going to do? You going to get on a plane and go back to Israel? And have to join the military to survive over there? Read on, Ibad.
Oh, God. And that we are working with a language which is built quite differently from English.
Why is that? Because Hebrew goes from right to left. We read from left to right in English. You start at the left side of the page, you read to the right. In Hebrew, the right goes to the left. So you start at the right side because everything in our culture starts on the right. Where is Christ sitting? The right hand. The majority of people write with their right hand, which is why when you come across a southpaw and they throw that jab out to you, like, whoa, all right, okay, it's a southpaw I'm dealing with, and you gotta know how to deal with that. You gotta know what can hit them, what can hurt them, which punch is easier for you. You gotta understand that to him you're like a southpaw, so he can throw the same thing to you. Throw that to him, you throw the right hand, boom, it's easy to get him because it's the right. He can throw the left hand, boom. And that's his power hand. So he come with that left, you might drop. He used to men throwing a right hand at him because he's a southpaw. And that's just different. That's a whole other subject. But what I'm trying to say is that's the point. You got to be ready. Because what they saying right here is our language is far removed, right? And it's built differently from English. It's built differently from English. So when fighting somebody that fights different from you, you got to be ready, right?
Right.
Well, when reading Hebrew, you got to be ready to understand that the verb comes before the noun.
Right.
Most of the time in Hebrew. In English, it says I, which is the noun, ran, which is the action, which is the verb. The noun in English comes before the verb. In Hebrew, it's ran I to the car. The action words come first. Ran to the car.
Right.
Will be Hebrew.
Right.
What happened? Oh, ran I to the car. Or, which we'll learn in later on in Hebrew, that you can put I with the ran. So the word ran would have I in it, like I ran, like the word I ran, it would be just like that, but without writing it that. Well, you would be writing it that way. It'll be saying that without having to say I ran.
Okay.
Like you'll be saying I ran to the store, but it won't have the I separate. Like in English, it'll be I space ran to the store. In Hebrew, it'll be I ran, meaning like the word I ran for the country to the store. And that's the difference. Go ahead.
And would the Yah be at the end of that word?
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry.
Yah means me or my in Hebrew. In Hebrew, Yah means me or my. It's also masculine plural, like how you get Ban Yaya Sha'ala. Ban Yaya Sha'ala is to say children. It comes from sons. It can be used to say sons of Israel. That's actually what the word is, but speaking of all the children, but it's placed in masculine because our language is sex-based. It's gender-based, which lets you know you can't be mixing genders. You can't be I'm a male and a female, or I'm a male who's now a female, or I'm a male who was a female. You can't be doing all that. That's not how the Lord works. All right? All right, so let's keep going.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch everybody back over to that screen. Ibot, you got it. Go ahead.
If I put on a side note, what would it be at the end?
At the end for what?
For I?
I goes at the beginning of a root word. If y'all don't know, I is at the beginning.
Right.
Just like the tribe of Ephraim, a paria. Par is fruit. Yum is plural, which means fruitful. You get that. The name of Ephraim is a paria, which means I am fruitful. The word anya, or what's the other one? Anakaya, which is A-N-K-Y-A, right? Or A-N-K-A-Y-A. I'm trying to spell it in English, but it's the A-Na-Ka-Anya, which is a variation of, which Anya is a variation of. Anya is A-N-Y-A. Anya means I or I am. Anakaya means I or I am. Now that's the word for it. Now in our language, you can merge words together. There's rules for it. So the A from Anya or Anakaya, it goes with the word par. So it's a par. I am fruitful. I fruitful or I am. Well, it goes with the word par yum. Yum at the end of a word is plural, masculine plural. So I am fruitful. Or I fruitful, meaning I have a lot of children. And that's what our forefather Jacob was naming Ephraim, the tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. When he had them, he said, I'm definitely damn sure fruitful. I got a ton of babies now. I didn't know if I was fruitful before. Imagine not knowing if you can have kids, but then now you figure out you can have a ton of them. You got 6 of them. Now, imagine getting 6 women pregnant in like 3 years. You can be like, well, shit, look, I am fruitful. I didn't know before. When I was in college learning all that bull crap from Esau, I didn't know I was going to come out of college and get 6 broads pregnant. I didn't know I was going to go to college and get 6 women pregnant. Well, I'm damn sure fruitful. And that's what he was saying about Ephraim. He named his son that. I named one of my sons after the truth. And I named him after I want to say after the truth. I named him because of the truth. I named them our ancestors kept the truth. Marquand Awamav. And what I was trying to say is, I was so happy they had the truth, and I was greatly appreciating the fact that our ancestors fought and died to keep it. So I gave him that name. So imagine, and that's just the same way with Ephraim. You know what I mean? To say like, damn, like I was struggling to have these babies, now I got 12 sons. Well, I'm fruitful. I'm not sure which number Ephraim is. I'm not sure. It could be number 7, something like that. He one of the numbers out of 12. That's for damn sure. We know that Benjamin is the last, right? We know that Judah is the 4th. Go ahead.
Joseph was the 11th, and Joseph had 2 sons.
And Joseph was the 11th. I forgot. He came out of Joseph. Joseph was 11, Benjamin 12, right?
Right.
So, and if you notice, too, just a real quick sidebar. Our brothers sold Joseph into slavery. I'm the tribe of Judah, right? I buy you the tribe of Benjamin. Young man, you the tribe of Judah. You the tribe of Judah as well, right? I.S.U.P.K. So imagine being a 4th son, and then the baby boy Joseph getting all the praise. Then he come up and had his dream. You know what I'm saying? But while he had a dream, you got a baby brother named Benjamin. So that's how it was. It's like, damn, they and if you notice, right, when they came back together in Egypt, Joseph wanted to see Benjamin because they had the same mother and father. He like, let me see my little brother. Like, imagine being a baby and then having a little brother. You're going to be like, damn, like you grew up the baby and now you get a little brother. And you love him and you playing with him and then you get sold into slavery. And y'all got the same mom and dad. So you're going to be like, damn, let me see my little brother. And then you see him and you just start weeping. That's in Genesis, man. He saw his brothers and he couldn't even take it. Like, damn. And his brothers were so angry at him because he got all the attention of a baby boy, even though there was a younger son. And even though all of them was their dad's baby boy, because before the next brother came, it was them. And they was treated like the baby. Then the next brother, you know what I mean? So on and so forth, right?
Right.
And that's how it happens. Now, Salaki, I know we went way off the topic, right? But we stopped at, but quite differently from English. That's where we stopped at. Salaki, y'all, we went way off the topic, right? All right, we all on the same page. When I say that's just a slang phrase to make sure that the camera's on right. All right, but yeah, let's get back into it, right? That's quite different from English, the Hebrew. Salaki, y'all went way off topic, man, way off topic. I said, damn it, you know what? I gotta finish this, right? All right, so let's keep going.
Okay. If we can transmit an appreciation for the structure and beauty of the Hebrew text, then we will have succeeded in our task.
Because all they really want to do is what?
Transmit an appreciation for the structure and beauty of the Hebrew text.
They don't want to break down scriptures. I just want to appreciate the structure and all that white garbage. It's cool, but this ain't your car, Esau.
Right.
Go buy one. Go appreciate that car.
Right.
This ain't yours, man. This ours. Young man T, if you can come back up. I.S.U.P.K, can I get a time check? 8:54. Come on, young man T. We got to bring this thing in. All right, young man T. You got this whole paragraph. I ain't going to stop it. I'm going to let you read it, break it down afterwards. Hold on, wait. Let me make sure a decision. Where you at? Oh, wait. I skipped down a verse. I said a verse. I skipped down to. Here we go. The only way you're going to read this whole thing.
All the way down to available?
No, just down to biblical text.
Okay.
And then we're going into the next. All right, wait, hold on, wait. Yes, you are. You're going to read all the way down to biblical text.
Okay. The only way we have to explain biblical Hebrew grammar and syntax.
Remember, syntax is the way you put the words together. And the grammar, go ahead.
Is to use English nomenclature.
Nomenclature. They love to say them stupid white
Common
words.
structures in English, such as adjective, adverb, phrase, and sentence, do not always function the same way in a Semitic language such as Hebrew.
Wait. They don't even function the same way. All that adverb, adjective, phrase, all that we wrote down before, which is the importance of what I was trying to tell you, because they don't all function the same. Go ahead, I ain't gonna stop you. Go ahead.
It is because of this disparity that we decided to develop the glossary. Its entries focus on points of grammar as well as the vocabulary of terminology, which is valuable in understanding the biblical text.
You need to understand the term. I'll give you an example. I'll just break it down to you. You need to understand the slang. You need to understand the terminology. The term. You need to understand the slang is what they are really trying to say. All right, you want to read one more, young man T?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna skip you down on this next one, right? You are going to start to omit translation, right here. I'll read the first part. A decision we made early on was to
omit transliteration.
Transliteration, go ahead.
Although there are many systems around, some are highly phonetic. These make use of so many diacritical symbols and require such a sophisticated knowledge of phonics in order to be comprehensible that it is almost like learning a third language to be able to read this anglicized Hebrew.
Now, can I stop you? It says some are highly phonetic. Some are highly, they try to call a language Phoenician. I'm about to say ASS holes, and I still want to say it. But I know that Esau, every cuss word he has is gay. Like a-hole,
Right.
suck my penis. You know, for some reason he despises his mom. Just like a homosexual despises a woman, he says, son of a B. So all his cuss words or some type of sexual deviancy or some type of homosexuality, which is sexual deviancy. He say F off, which is sex. You know what I mean? You know, he got a real bad sexual deviancy. So all I want to say is cuss words. But they try to attribute our language to Phoenician. He says some are highly phonetic, right? Go ahead. And it says, read this
Anglicized Hebrew.
Go ahead.
Other more literal methods are not standardized, and the easiest ones assume that Hebrew sounds are familiar to the English reader, which of course they may not be. Practicing reading the lesson sentences and later the more lengthy passages, even if labored at first, should help the student develop some skill in reading Hebrew in Hebrew.
Thank you. Though it's going to take a little bit, we're going to learn how to read Hebrew in Hebrew. We ain't going to need the English. We ain't going to need all your English jargon. Ain't that what the oppressor like to say? We don't need all your English jargon. We're going to learn how to read Hebrew in Hebrew. Qadash la rataza. I know exactly what it means. Black into the ground. And so will everybody else. Hold on, wait, let me see something. Oh man, that's what he was trying to say. He's trying to say they can't see us. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna switch this over. I don't know what I might have pressed, right? Let's go back to it. Let me see if I can get the scene. There we go. I hate to have to do that, right? But they couldn't see us. Let me just check one thing. Alright. So Salaki, y'all, I ain't know that y'all couldn't see us, man. Alright, so look. We're going to keep on going. We ain't got too much time. Let's keep going. We're going to get down to the end of this. Let me know when you're at the end of biblical text, when you get to the end of that.
Okay. For those...
Oh, Salaki, not biblical text, available. Let me see, wait. Keep going. Just keep going. I'll let you know.
For those who might find it useful...
Oh, Salaki. I'm going to skip you down. Way down, right? To this right here. To, we agonized over this decision.
We agonize over this decision, but where does one insert the punctuation when Hebrew is read in this direction?
All right, I'm gonna read the top part. The reader will surely notice that punctuation is missing in Hebrew to English segments of this text. Certain punctuations, because we don't use all that garbage. We agonized over this decision. So they was trying to figure this out. But go ahead. Where it does.
But where does one insert the punctuation when Hebrew is read in this direction?
What is the direction? Right to left. Right to left. Go ahead.
And then one has to proceed in this direction.
Left
to right.
To right. So I'm going to drop you down to this book. Go ahead.
This book is an outward growth of an elementary biblical Hebrew course taught by Professor Bonnie Kittle during her tenure at the Yale Divinity School.
Now, I'm going to stop you there, right? I'm going to bring the camera back to me. So with that being said, get his brother a hand, give young man to your hand, right? What he said is the outgrowth of the elementary biblical Hebrew. This biblical Hebrew we learning. To them is elementary school. But to us, that's all we need to build what? Our pure language, baby. Okay. Which we've been doing since 1969. Like I said, we know Hebrew already. But we want to teach the book. We want to teach this book. And like I said, we ain't teaching this book in its entirety. We teaching real Hebrew. Remember, the book in its entirety, you got to learn Yiddish. You got to learn what it means in Yiddish. And do I have it on here? I don't even know if I have it on here, but there is a ton of Yiddish, man. There's a ton of goddamn Yiddish. I don't got time to go through it, right? It's 9:03. Gotta wrap it up. Right. They even gave us a little example, but we're gonna get it next week. Ibadayah, can you put these words on the board? Ibadayah's putting these words on the board. Astawak. I'm gonna pass the class over to priest and officer. Astawak. I'm gonna spin the camera around to you, Ibad. We're gonna clap it up. Yes, syntax, Semitic. Pretty much we went through all these things already. Syntax, Semitic. We went through everything pretty much.
You want me to do the announcements while he's doing it?
Yes, you can do the announcements, and we're going to go into the Lord's Prayer.
We the I.S.U.P.K, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yohanna, move for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, and verse 21, and in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Means 10th in Hebrew or Ma'asher. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department, priest fund, free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation, we got the Feast of Purim coming up. It's the 14th day and the 15th day of the 12th month, which falls on Thursday of February the 25th and Friday, February the 26th. You can find it in the book of Esther, chapter 9, verses 20 through 31. Remind occupant Aqua protect the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, headband, and scarf. That being said, Send the prayers up.
Yeah, let's do the prayer for the blessings to bless Israel. As y'all know, man, at a time like this, man, I really just want to bless Israel. And I want to curse our enemies. I want to do the blessings and the cursings. Yep. Well, okay, I want to do both prayers for the blessings. This one prayer we're about to do, it sounds like, to somebody in the world, it would sound like we just cursing our enemies. And the Bible say, let not blessings and cursings come out of thy mouth. But of course, if the I.S.U.P.K is doing it, then know that what the hell we doing is correct.
Right.
Because we are not doing cursing. We're asking the Lord to bless us by cursing our enemies.
Right.
If you don't understand that, then you don't understand slang, and you really don't understand love, man. Let me ask you this. And I pray to the Lord and ask the Lord to bless me and say, Lord, be with me. Help me. Help me find the rapist that raped my mother. Wouldn't that be a curse to the rapist?
Right.
Though I'm saying, Lord, please help me. Give me a blessing. Let me know who raped my daughter. Wouldn't that be a curse if he helped me to the person that raped her? I see you understand. I see if it was your daughter, you would understand. So when we say these blessings, we saying, Lord, bless us. Put our enemies to death, man. Judge our enemies. Give us righteousness. Give us our kingdom, man. Judge our enemies. Let them lose their power.
Right.
That's a curse. But if you don't understand that, then you should not pray to Jesus if your daughter get raped. You should not pray to Jesus that the person who robbed you go to jail.
Right.
That the person who shot your brother get caught. You shouldn't pray to Jesus for that. You shouldn't pray to Jesus at all. You should pray to the Most High in Christ's name. But in the context, you shouldn't pray to nobody. Because if you say what? I want the person who robbed my family, who shot my brother to go to prison. You're cursing that man. You're punishing that man. If you look at what a curse is, it's punishment.
Right.
If you asking for the Lord to help you and bless you and be on your side, but you want to punish somebody else, in your context, you're wrong. But what we saying is, we ain't coming against no Israelite. We ain't saying none of that. And not to say that that's wrong, because you should get justice. And that's what it really is. And that's what we're asking for. We're asking the Lord for justice. So we're going to send up the prayer to bless Israel. We're going to send out a prayer for a couple brothers and sisters in Israel, quite a few of them. All right? All our brothers and sisters, man. But we also going to pray that all our enemies fall, man. You got it, Isupk.
So like, which one you want me to do first? This one?
Yes, you're going to read everything in Hebrew, and then I'll read it in English. You got the curses?
Do this one first?
Yes, the prayer to bless Israel. You got the curses? Should be on something like this. You might have to just check the Holy of Holies. Or maybe it might be back there.
They're back here.
You got it?
I got it.
No sweat. Let's just do the prayer to bless Israel real quick, and then I'll let you do the curses. Go ahead.
Like that, you want me to pray too?
I want you just to finish that, and then we can do everything. Whenever you're done, you can just do it.
Okay.
Like, wow, you ain't even got to sweat it.
So
You
you
should
should
do
do
it
the blessing
right here.
right?
This is right here. All right, so let's do the prayer to bless Israel first.
So like it's La Pum Hakodum.
You got to say Imadium, which means to stand.
Imadium, which means to stand.
Amen to you, stand. Sar Wapan Lahakwadum,
Sar La Pum Hakodum.
which means turn and face the east.
It's a
Sar means turn. La means to. Panya means face. Hakwadum means the east. All right? That's exactly what we're saying. Go ahead.
All right, we're going to send the prayers up to bless Israel. Yahweh.
Yahweh.
By Hashem.
By Hashem. Salakia. When we pray, we raise our holy hands. That's what the Bible says. You say we raise holy hands. You know what I mean? And we turn the, yes, brother, and turn to face the east. And that's it. Salak.
Start from the top.
Yes, you got it. Salak, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Ba'ashem.
Ba'ashem.
Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shai.
Barak Lanawa.
Barak Lanawa.
Wayashala.
Wayashala.
Wahabaya.
Wahabaya.
Shapari.
Sapari.
Barak.
Barak.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai.
Wada Amun.
Wada Amun. What we just said was Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai.
Bless us.
Bless us.
And Israel.
And Israel.
And the school.
And the school.
Bless.
Bless.
Heal.
Heal.
Shield.
Shield.
Protect.
Protect.
Israel.
Israel.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So be it.
So be it.
Alright, you can pass me the curses. Now we call them the curses because that's what we about to do with this prayer that we asking the Lord to bless us with. Alright? We're asking the Lord to bless Israel and curse our enemies, man. And I'll be damned if you ain't with that, then I don't know what the hell to tell you. So much love in you that you can't even follow the Bible. The curses in the English. Blessed are you, Yahweh.
Blessed are you, Yahweh.
King of heaven and earth.
King of heaven and earth.
And all things living.
And all things living.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
In the name of Yahweh Shai.
Listen to us now.
Listen to us now.
Right now.
Right now.
Sin evils.
Sin evil.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
That speak against us.
That speak against us.
Thy prophets.
Thy prophets.
The teachers.
The teachers.
The princes.
The princes.
The priests.
The priests.
The Israelite brothers.
The Israelite brothers.
And the school.
And the school.
Sin evils.
Sin evil.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
To the heathen.
To the heathen.
And shake loose the pockets.
Shake loose the pockets.
Salaki. And shake loose the treasure.
Shake loose the treasure.
Of the rich of Israel.
That's the rich of Israel.
That refuse to give to the school.
That refuse to give to the school.
Force their riches.
For their riches.
Into thy Salaki. To enter into thy sanctuary.
To enter into thy sanctuary.
Sin evils.
Sin evil.
And curses.
And curses.
And punishment.
And punishment.
And destruction.
And destruction.
To the Edomites.
To the Edomites.
And the nations.
And the nation.
They're drug dealers.
They're drug dealers.
The court system.
Court system.
The prison system.
Prison system.
Planned Parenthood.
Planned Parenthood.
All the governments of our enemies.
The governments of our enemies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Amalek synagogues and armies.
Roman Catholic Church.
Roman Catholic Church.
The Pope.
The Pope.
Islam.
Islam.
Christianity.
Christianity.
Egyptology.
Egyptology.
Militia.
Militia.
Ku Klux Klan.
Ku Klux Klan.
Aryan Nation.
Aryan Nation.
Skinheads.
Skinheads.
Posse Kamatazi.
Posse Kamatazi.
The gay movement.
Gay movement.
The lesbian movement.
Lesbian movement.
Spies.
Spies.
Workers of witchcraft.
Workers of witchcraft.
NASA space program.
NASA space program.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines.
Wall Street.
Wall Street.
Open up the internet.
Open up the internet.
And the airwaves.
And the airwaves.
The cable access channels.
Cable access channels.
And the radio channels.
Radio channels.
Convict the spirit.
Convict the spirit.
Of any of thy people.
And any of thy people.
That seek to stop us.
Seek to stop us.
And bring swift death.
Bring swift death.
Salakia. And bring swift destruction.
And bring swift destruction.
To all the heathen.
To all the heathen.
That stand in the way.
Stand in the way.
Or try to stop us.
Try to stop us.
From broadcasting your words.
Broadcasting your word.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Throughout the planet Earth.
Let loose all the plagues.
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 Let loose all the
Let
plagues.
loose all the plagues.
Cause them to go.
Cause them to go.
To and fro.
To and fro.
Through the earth.
Through the earth.
And consume them.
And consume them.
Let the plagues.
Let the plagues.
Shake the house of the thief.
Shake the house of the thief.
And the murderer.
And the murderer.
Let Yahweh Shai.
Let Yahweh Shai.
Michael and Gabriel.
Michael and Gabriel.
Come down with the flying
Come
saucers.
down with the flying saucers.
And punish all the
And
heathens.
punish all the heathens.
That come up against
They
us.
come up against us.
As we speak thy word.
As we
Speak thy word.
Cause it to be known by all.
Cause it to be known by all.
That it is the angels that have done
That
it.
it is the angels that have done it.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Cause it to be spread through the media.
Throughout the whole world.
Throughout the whole world.
Cause them to shake at thy coming.
Cause it to shake as thy coming.
In the name of Yahweh
In
Shai.
the name of Yahweh Shai.
Thank you always.
Thank you always.
So be it.
So be it.
So.
Sorry. Which means turn. We're going to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Madam Shabbat. Madam. Barak. Yahweh.
Yahweh Shem Shabbat Dom.
Yajim Top, which means hands down. Turn it face to scissors. Sorry. Sisters, what you would do is put your feet for Mom Shabbat, you would put your feet at a 45-degree angle, with your right hand over your left hand, bow your head with your head covered. Then we're going to get a sister courtesy salute. Mom Shabbat, Majid, Barak, Yahweh
Shema, Thamba, Shemi, Shah.
That's your batah. Class dismissed.
All right, so we dismissed the class. How far you got to go, Ibad? A few more words. 2 words. I'm gonna mute the microphones. I'm keep the camera on the board. Keep the camera on the board, and y'all can copy.
Yeah.
My wife's brother right here. He put the garment. He want to know where he gets the fringes from.
Oh man, look. Let me know. Let me know what you want friends, man, and I'll just throw some on there for you.
I gotta find out what I want friends first, but yeah. Okay. But I know
what?
I gotta have some fringes.
Yeah, man, just look. Just come on through. Lord willing, you bring them with you, man. Let me see it.
Okay.
And that's that, brother. You get you some fringes, man, on the house, man. Now, ain't that an old school phrase, on the house?
Yeah, right.
On the house, brother. Ain't got to worry about it.
Okay. You here every day?
I'm not here every day.
I mean, they have classes. What days are classes?
Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m.
Okay.
Sabbath service, 10 to 12 a.m.
Okay.
On Saturdays, of course.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, brother.
Yeah, brother, man, it was good to see you up.
I've been staying home, man. This virus. And
I don't blame you.
I caught it too.
Oh yeah, no sweat. Yeah, man. But look, you might catch it. But remember what the Lord said. In Egypt, it was flies everywhere. You don't think a couple came into Goshen? You don't think a couple flies came into Goshen? You don't remember, we was staying in Goshen, remember?
Oh, right.
Yeah. That's why we don't like them damn flies now, I can guarantee you. I'm going to give you this, the water.
Okay,
but remember, Egypt, man, we was Tawab. We was Tawab in Goshen. So you might catch it. It's still a plague from the Lord.
Yes.
But that's how you know, because the Lord will be with you, and then everybody else be dying. You be like, oh shit. All right.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. Shalom.
Yeah, shalom.
I gotta stop playing with that damn drum.
Huh?
I gotta stop playing with that damn drum.
Oh, yeah.
That shit's strong. I keep forgetting it's strong. I drank a little bit of it, then I drank a little bit more, and I was like, look, man. Stop. I'm on Shamar.
Yeah, you can't drink on Shamar, man. You gotta wait till after the class. Lock it, word.
Come with gun. That's good. I was about to say, I just sipped it. I wasn't trying, you know what I'm saying? But I understand. Come with gun.
Yeah, I was trying to drink before class.
I be trying to like get about right there, but I'm like, I couldn't see past the ice, and I'm sitting there like, man, I poured too fucking much. I'm like, put it down, drink a little bit more. I'm like, man, I can't drink this. But I'm cool.
Yeah, you just make sure that nobody else drink on Shamar. I used to try to drink like, I was young, man. I would try to get it in like an hour to a half hour before class. Hope that I'll be too wild.
If I could, like, normally when I probably only been drunk for real, like lit, like for real, probably a couple times. Like I normally don't. Like normally once I start feeling nice, I leave it alone. I'm cool.
Yeah.
I still won't drive for a minute. I'm like, but I know in an hour, I'm gonna have I'll be straight. Like I'm gonna be cool. That's normally how much I drink. Like I won't drink too much, so I just drink a little bit. But I forgot they got more liquor in it to where it's like if you drink a little bit, it's gonna go further to where like
You be like, hold up, what the fuck is going on here?
that shit sneak up on you. Then it be tasting good.
Yeah. That rubber motherfucker, that shit creep up on your ass.